Never stop learning because life never stops teaching. A very good morning to all. Welcome back to Physics Virtual Classroom. Let's continue with force and pressure. Let us recall what you have learned in the previous class. A push or a pull on an object is called a force. The motion imparted to objects was due to the action of a force. Force comes into play when two objects interact with each other. A force can make a stationary object move. It can make a moving object stop. It can change the speed of a moving object, the direction of a moving object, and also change the shape and size of an object. Types of force. There are two main types of forces: contact force and non-contact force. A contact force occurs when the object exerting the force touches the object on which the force acts. A non-contact force occurs when the objects do not touch each other. Contact force. Some forces act on a body when the source of force is in actual contact with the body. Such forces are called contact force. A contact force occurs when the object exerting the force touches the object on which it acts. Muscular force, mechanical force, frictional force are the examples of contact force. Muscular force. The force exerted by the muscles of the body is called muscular force. Both human beings and animals exert muscular force to do the work. All physical activities like walking, exercising, lifting, bending, kicking are the examples of muscular force. Mechanical force. The force produced by machines is called mechanical force. Machines doesn't produce force on its own. Energy has to be supplied to produce force. These are the examples of mechanical force. The energy of petrol produces force to run a motor car engine. Wind energy produces force to move the boat. The energy of the flowing water produces force to run electric generators to produce electric current. Frictional force. Whenever one surface slides over another, friction tries to oppose the movement. This opposing force is known as frictional force. Frictional force acts when two objects rub against one another. It acts in the direction opposite to the direction of motion. It generates heat and results in the wear and tear of the surfaces in contact. You are able to walk, climb, jump, run because of frictional force. You can slide over a smooth surface easily than on the rough surface because of frictional force. You can see the wear and tear of the tires and the shoes are due to frictional force. If you rub your palms against each other, heat is generated, which is due to frictional force. Non-contact forces. Some forces do not involve physical contact between two bodies on which they act. Non-contact force occurs when the objects do not touch each other. Magnetic force, electrostatic force, and gravitational force are the examples of non-contact force. Magnetic force. The force of interaction which exists between two magnetic poles is called magnetic force. A magnet suspended freely rests in north-south direction. If we bring the magnet near some iron clips, they are pulled towards the magnet. If you bring opposite poles of the magnet together, they attract each other because unlike poles attract each other. Whereas if you bring the same poles towards each other, you can feel the force of repulsion because like poles repel each other. This is magnetic force. Electrostatic force. The force of interaction which exists between two charges is called electrostatic force. There are two kinds of charges, positive charge and negative charge. The force exerted by a charged body on another charged or uncharged body is known as electrostatic force. Rub the comb on your dry hair and bring near bits of paper. This bits of paper gets attracted towards the comb. Rub a balloon against a wall or on your palm and bring near bits of paper or the dry hair. It gets attracted. Gravitational force. The force of interaction which exists between two particles due to their masses is called gravitational force. The Earth's gravitational pull makes the moon to rotate and revolve around it. Objects or things fall towards the Earth because it pulls them, which is called the force of gravity. This is an attractive force. This force acts on all objects. Forces. It is an agent that produces motion in the body. Force is a vector quantity because it has both magnitude as well as direction. Newton is a special unit to measure force. 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg meters per second square. The measurement of force of an object is known as weight. It is the measure of mass with respect to gravity. I hope you have understood today's class. Make a note of all the points in the slides given in your classwork. Activities are given for better understanding. Project work. Collect information regarding the principle and working of maglev train with pictures. If taking pictures is not possible, then you can draw the train. You have to record this in your classwork. You are supposed to start from left page of your notebook. The project should be in 2 pages. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Huda from Tension Free Physics. In this video, we will speak about types of forces. Forces are classified into 2 categories: contact forces that result from direct contact and field forces that do not need any contact. Saying this, let's begin with the contact forces. The first one is the applied force. The applied force or the attractive force, and as the name indicates, is when an object applies a force on another object. It can be muscular as for humans or engine as for machines. The second contact force is the normal reaction of support. If we place a laptop on the table exerts a force on the laptop that we call the normal reaction of support, which starts from the bottom of the laptop and is directed vertically upwards. If the table is inclined, the normal reaction of support is still perpendicular to the table surface. Don't forget that the normal reaction of support is always perpendicular to the support and away from it. Now consider another contact force, the tension force. The tension force is the force transmitted through a rope or a spring when pulled tight from both ends. Consider a ball that is attached to a rope as shown in the figure. The rope exerts a force on the ball that we call the tension force. This force starts from the contact point between the ball and the rope and is directed along the rope. The last contact force that we will speak about is the force of friction. The force that prevents the sliding of the laptop is the force of friction between the laptop and the surface of the table. The force of friction exists when a body is moving or has tendency of motion on a rough surface. It's always opposite to the direction of motion. We're done with contact forces. Let's jump to field forces. We begin with the weight. Weight is the force of attraction exerted by Earth on objects. It starts from the center of mass of the object and is directed vertically downwards. By vertically downwards, we mean that it points towards the center of the Earth. Let's speak about the second field force, the magnetic force. The magnetic force exists between two magnets or a magnet and magnetic material. Consider an iron box that hangs from a rope. If we place a magnet close to it, the iron box will be attracted to the magnet due to a magnetic force that starts from the center of the box and is directed towards the magnet. Finally, let's speak about the electrostatic force that exists between charged objects. Consider one positively charged ball and another negatively charged ball. If we place them close to each other, they attract due to electrostatic force. If both are positive, they repel due to the electrostatic force. This is everything for this video. May the force be with you.
At the end of the last video, I talked about interaction between any two bodies. Whenever two bodies interact, each one of them applies force onto the other. But how do the bodies interact? Interaction between the bodies can be basically of two types. One in which the bodies are in contact with each other, and the other in which they are not in contact with each other. The forces that result when the bodies are in contact with each other are called contact forces, and the forces that result between the bodies when the bodies are not in contact are called as non-contact forces. It's easy to think of contact forces, but it's a little difficult to think of non-contact forces, right? Yes, there are some forces which operate between objects even though the objects are not in contact. We will study more about non-contact forces in the future videos. First, we will discuss contact forces. Suppose that you are thirsty and there is a glass full of water lying on the table. In order to drink some water from this glass, you have to lift the glass towards your mouth. That is, you have to apply force on the glass. How are you applying this force? You are touching the glass with your hand and lifting it. Here, your hand is in contact with the glass. So the force you're applying on the glass is a contact force. Here is an example from the previous video. This player wants to pass this football towards his teammate, who is standing on the other side of the pitch. The player will apply the force on the ball by kicking it. When the player applies force, his foot is in contact with the football. So this force is a contact force. Other examples of contact forces can be pushing or pulling the desk from one point to another point. Here our hands are in contact with the desk. Similarly, pressing the keys on the keyboard, moving a piece on chessboard are some of the other examples in which parts of our body are in contact with the objects and apply force on them. In all the examples that we've seen till now, it is the parts of the human body that are in contact with the objects. The forces generated due to our body being in contact with the object are called muscular forces. The muscles in our body expand and contract when we apply force on objects. Animals also use muscular force to carry out their physical activities. A bullock cart is used to carry load from one point to another. Bullocks are tied with a cart and the load is then added onto the cart. The bullock then applies muscular force on the cart and moves it forward. So a muscular force is a contact force. Are there any other contact forces other than muscular force? Yes, there are. We will see them in the next video. Till now, we have been studying contact forces. These are the forces in which contact between the objects is necessary for the force to operate between them. Muscular force and force of friction are the examples of contact forces that we have discussed previously. But is contact between the objects always a necessity for the forces to come into play? Let us find that out. Take a bar magnet and place it on the table. What is a bar magnet? Well, we all know what magnets are. Bar magnet is an artificial magnet which has this shape. Place an iron nail on the same table at some distance away from the bar magnet. Now move this bar magnet towards the nail like this. Keep moving the magnet slowly, closer and closer to the nail, but make sure not to touch the nail. What did you notice? When the bar magnet was sufficiently close to the nail takes a leap towards the magnet and sticks to it. What does this tell us? This shows that the magnet attracts the nail and the contact is not necessary for this attraction. The magnet pulled the nail towards it even though it was not in contact with the nail. The force that this magnet exerts on the nail is called magnetic force. So contact is not required for the magnetic forces to come into play. We call this force a non-contact force. Now if you bring this magnet close to your iron cupboard, you will get the same results. As you move this magnet closer and closer to the iron cupboard, the magnet will attract the cupboard towards itself and vice versa. However, in this case, it is the magnet which will shoot out of your hand and stick to the cupboard. Are there any other non-contact forces besides the magnetic force? When you release an object, say a plastic ball, from some height above the ground, it just falls on the ground. Why does it fall towards the ground? This is because of the force that the earth exerts on it in the downward direction. The earth always pulls the objects towards it. This force that the earth exerts on an object is called the gravitational force. This force is attractive in nature. That is, it attracts two objects towards each other. When you open a tap, water begins to flow downwards. This is because of the gravitational pull of the earth on water. Now, I want you to tell me, is gravitational force a non-contact force? Yes, it is. We can clearly see from our examples, the contact is not required between the earth and the other object to attract each other. We say that the gravitational force is a non-contact force. In the next video, we will see one last example of a non-contact force. See you there.